This webinar, as you guys seen, it is titled, how to be successful in the music industry. The agenda today, we're going to try to go over a few things. Obviously, we want to talk about the state of the industry today and how it's affecting just every creative in general, from a business and label standpoint. We want to kind of go through, what defines success in the music, what that looks like today, how success is defined right now. We want to learn the difference between both a successful and an unsuccessful creator. And Ray is going to give you guys some advice on how to kind of set yourself apart. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and introduce myself. I go by Whoop. Wear a lot of hats in the music industry. For one, I A&R for Song Trust. Also help out on Downtime Music Publishing side as well. Outside of that, I had the A&R and publishing side for the UCMG, which was started by Grammy Award-winning producers Ayo and Key. So also managed 5 producers, 2 writers, and an artist. So we got a lot of different things going on. I want to turn it over to Ray. This is somebody, it's a big brother to me, mentor, somebody I definitely idolize and inspire to get some of his accolades as I can. So Ray, we're going to give them about, give 45 seconds, just kind of run them through, how you got started and how you got to where you are now.
Well, Ray Daniels, ATL Zone, shout out to Whoop for even considering me. He said I used the word idolize, whatever it was. I don't even know why, because, we out here hustling together, me and you, we in the same rooms, we one hit away from being up, one hit away from being down. So I see you as my equal, no matter how high or how low. So I appreciate that. But I've been in this, 15 years now. January going to make 16 years. And, I got into it one day because a friend that I went to high school and middle school with asked me to help him. And here I am. Honestly, that's how.
Dope. Ray's being modest right now. But for you guys who are just tuning in, may not have heard of Ray. He's currently the SVP of A&R for Warner Records. He also has Radar Entertainment, Radar Management, where he has a slew of writers, artists. 1111, super talented. Rock City. If you guys don't know who Rock City are, they wrote incredible records for Beyonce, Lizzo, Rihanna, just to name a few. So he's definitely, has been a part of some major records. So without further ado, let's go ahead and kind of get into the first topic, state of the industry. These first couple of questions are going to be kind of angled towards the business and the label side. So I definitely want to dive into it. So first up, Ray, how has the music industry changed as a whole over the last few years, in your opinion?
Well, I think it's changed because, at one point in time, there were like 3 or 4 outlets to get in, like you had TV, MTV, BET, VH1, you had radio, you had, and you had, store outlets, which, there were only a few store outlets you can get in, or you can go into the door and play your music and people could love it. And that's it. You had mixtape culture also. Now, and those were like when it was all about, I guess you could say gatekeepers. Now it's all about it's all about cursing limited. Now it's like the Wild Wild West. There are 165 different ways for artists to be seen. There are 155 ways for artists to be seen. There are for artists to be heard. There's no one way in now. There's no one way out. All you got to do is put your music up. And when at one point in time where there were people chasing labels, now the labels are chasing people. You know what I mean? So, it's like the Wild Wild West where there was like one fire where everybody came to, let's say the music business was heat, there was one fire everybody came to, and if you got closer to that fire, you knew you were getting hotter and you knew you were in the game. Right. Now there are brush fires everywhere. Right. And, you don't know, and we're just all just chasing fires, trying to find out, how to get in or out the game. So it's just different now.
Gotcha.
It's super different now.
You said something important. You were saying, at a certain time, the people were chasing the labels.
Can you hear me?
Creatives, yeah, I can hear you.
Hold on, I can't hear you.
Okay.
I'm getting my stuff together.
Okay.
There we go. Better.
You can hear me? Okay. So you just mentioned, at one point in time, the creators were chasing the labels, and now the label is chasing kind of the people. So that kind of leads me to my next question. So how has the business model shifted from a major label standpoint?
Well, it hasn't shifted.
Okay.
It hasn't shifted. It's just the label doesn't have the power to start like it used to. I don't want to minimize the label's power. It just doesn't have the power to go from 1 to 100 anymore. The label has the power to go from 20 to 100. Like I said, it was one big fire, and they could take that fire, they could put a stick on it, and they can take it somewhere. Now there are brush fires everywhere. So the label doesn't have the power to go from 1 to 100. They do, but they're competing against everyone now. Right. So sometimes the first thing that happens is you're on a label, because now, like, say if I call Whoop and say I need a record, Whoop, you on a major label? Oh man, I'm charging you top dollar because you got top dollar budget. But if I'm independent, Whoop might be like, I'm gonna work with you. Shoot me what you got. Right. So it's different sometimes. So it's more that than it is anything. It's just how you look at it at this point. Labels just don't have the power they used to, based on the 0 to 20. But 20 to 100, they're still the monster that can they can still take it from bottom tier to top tier. Right.
You just said they're fighting with them. So by them, what do you mean by them, and what are new trends that you're seeing that they have to fight with now, the major labels?
When you say that, when I said them, you got to remind me. What did I say? I'm sorry.
So are you speaking from like? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I said them.
Yeah,
what context?
So I'm thinking when I hear them, I'm hearing like distribution companies such as the Empire or independent labels. So is that what you mean by them, and what new trends are you seeing that's popping up that's fighting with the labels?
Anyone. I mean, you got TikTok is controlling a lot of the culture now. You got a kid that can upload a song on TikTok that knows nothing about the music industry, and all of a sudden it goes viral. And now he's controlling the charts, and now all of a sudden people are trying to get down with him and everything else going on. So what I mean by that is like now it feels like the people are having more control about the trends more than the label was. Like, just think about it. If you had a superstar, you took it to the programmer at BET, the programmer at MTV, you had about maybe 100 people who controlled what we listened to and what we heard. Right. When I was a kid, I watched what they played on BET. Now my kids watch what they want on YouTube. Right. Right. No one tells them what to watch. They watch what they want. So now the direct-to-consumer model is right there in your face. So now that's who controls the game. The people that are not afraid to go directly to the consumer and do it their way. Period. Right.
Well, I'm glad that kind of leads to the next question, because you talked about TikTok. So what's the significant impact that you've seen social media has had on the industry, pros and cons, both good and bad?
Wow. Okay, so here's the pros. The pros is that people are taking control. People are taking full control. So people are taking full control, right? Meaning that the gatekeepers have no more power. So the cool kids can't tell us what's cool anymore. Right? That's the good part about it. So now you don't have somebody saying, this is what y'all are going to like, which is a good thing, right? Here's the bad thing about it. The bad thing is that if you don't have to go through anything, then how are we going to make the next Beyonce? Okay. If you have to do a real challenge, if you uploaded a song on TikTok and now all of a sudden you got Ray and Whoop and people like us chasing you, telling you you're amazing, what are you going to do when it's time for us to tell you what you need to do to go to the next level? You don't want to hear what I got to say. You just told me, you came in my house and told me I'm the best. Right. How can I tell you you're the best? Like, Beyonce is great because Beyonce wanted to prove to the world she was the best. These new kids, they're developing in front of our very eyes. So the people are telling them they're great already. Right. Okay. But here's the bad part. Okay. The people are just a handful people. Let's say if you have 1 million followers and 1 million followers telling you you're great, right? 1 million people, there's 360 million people in America. There's 8 billion people in the world. So that's still not even 1% of the world telling you you're great. But in your mind, 1 million people tell me I'm great. You see what I'm trying to say? Like Michael Jackson is probably the most famous human being to ever live on earth outside of Jesus, maybe. You see what I'm trying to say? Like, think about that. Like, that comes from someone who's like, I want to prove to the world I'm the best. Right. Not to my followers. Not to the people that just like my picture. I don't care about those people. I want to prove to the people that don't like my picture, that don't even know I exist, I'm the best. Like I was telling somebody yesterday, think about this. Chris Brown got signed and he was telling his manager, Tina Davis, take me to that Usher party tonight. I want to battle him in front of everybody. I want Usher to see I'm a better dancer than him. That's greatness. Right. These kids don't want to battle. No, these kids don't want you to know they're the best. They followers already told them they're the best. They don't care what the world thinks. And if you tell them they're not doing it good enough, then they start saying, you hurt my feelings. And now we're living in a world where we're killing competition. And competition is what greatness comes from. We're telling people don't say mean things. But mean things is what makes the people in the world great.
Okay. I get that.
So thing great came from.
So that's a good point.
I'm sorry, I'm eating right now.
So before we move on to the next section, just to kind of stay on this topic. So would you say artist development is still a thing, or are labels just looking for the next trending, person, creative or artist? Is artist development still a thing? Are you still doing artist development deals?
I mean, if we are, it's like, let's put them out and see if the world likes them. That's artist development now. The new artist development is made by the fans. That's what's dangerous.
Okay.
Sometimes you can be so bad. Like, I'm gonna give you an example. It's a song that I love. It's terrible, by the way. I'm playing it, but I'm playing it because it's terrible. You know that song, Not the Bayang?
Absolutely.
You ever heard that song?
It went viral, yeah.
Bayang. It's terrible, but it's funny to me. So I play it as a joke, but the strings are real. Like the money that's coming from it is real. So it might be an artist that's serious out there making great songs, but I'm playing the Bayang because it's funny and it's making money. So at that point, you're a businessman. Do you want the serious artist or do you want the one that's making money because it's funny?
Right.
It's so like the labels are.
I was going to say
it's the balance. The labels are businesses first. Labels are businesses first, bro. I can have like it's like I hear so many people giving labels slack about the way they do business, but I can sign 3 acts that I think are all incredible, yet they're shooting in a gym, if you will, and yet here are 3 other artists who are not good, but they're shooting in front of the public, and the public is like laughing at them, making fun of them, but they got an audience.
Right.
At that point, I got to make a decision. Do I stay betting with this, hoping that the audience wants this, or do I go with this, knowing that the audience is going to be there for that? So it's a balance. You got to figure it out.
Right.
Bruh, it's entertainment, bruh. People are picking things based on entertainment, bruh. Like it's sad. Like it's not about like it's really a hard business because you're monetizing people. You're monetizing people. You're not monetizing a thing. You're monetizing a person. It's just hard, man. It's a hard balance to find in it, man. So when I hear people kind of giving the label slack, it's like, bro, like on one hand, you can sign an artist that you think is incredible, that you think has it all. They can dance, they can sing, they can write, they can produce. But then on the other hand, you got this artist that knows how to make a great song and knows where the audience is.
Right.
Who are you going to go to? You got to go to the one that you're going to make the most money with, right? It's hard. So you probably sign both, but one is making you money and one you're investing money in trying to get it perfect. So what is the balance? The balance is put everybody out there, and let's hope the fans make the decision you think is the best one. But you can't get mad at the decision the fans make.
Right. No, that makes sense. So that's actually going to carry us over to, we're going to stay on the state of the industry, but from a creative standpoint, right? So we kind of talked about it already, but what does an artist look like today? Like characteristics, the traits, their sound. You know, what has influenced this new evolution of new artists that we're seeing now?
What has the influences? I need to be more specific on what an artist looks like. That's
a
really hard question, and we got people listening. You're
right.
gonna get mad at me or you for saying the wrong thing.
Absolutely. So let's just take, you know, we can just use, you know, a Michael Jackson, as you said, versus a newer artist today. I mean, obviously that sound is probably not still around, so to speak. So how has the artist evolved, like from that time till now? Has social media influenced this new just evolution of a new artist and how things are done?
Michael Jackson had to get in front of Barry. He had to perform in front of adults. Mm-hmm. And that adult had to say, "You're good enough." He had to get songs from adults. He had to compete in an adult world. That's why he was so great. These new kids don't care about what adults think. Oh, TikTok has changed the world for them. They just make songs and videos for them, and that's all that matters. So they don't even need our permission. They need your permission. And back then, dog, in 2005, you had to be a double platinum 2-3 times over artist to be a millionaire. Now you got artists that are millionaires and they have a gold single. Who the hell gonna tell them something?
Right.
Who gonna tell them something? Think about it. Like, who gonna tell them something? Who gonna tell them something? Like, this is so hard. Mm-hmm. My advantage as an A&R is that I'm successful without them.
Can you expand upon that a little bit?
Meaning that I don't need my job. My job don't make me. I've been made on my own. Mm-hmm. So I'm a made man on my own. I'm my self-made man. But if I was just a label guy with a label check, the artist got more money than me immediately. Immediately. Mm-hmm. Come in advance, he got more money than you. He made more money than you made that year.
Right.
How the hell are you gonna listen to me?
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's cool. So I'm glad we kind of talked about records. So that's my next question. What defines a hit record today? Is it streams? Is it popularity of the artist? Is it TikTok? What determines a hit?
There's so many levels. It's so many ways to get a hit record right now. It's a such thing as a TikTok hit. You got radio hits. You got streaming hits. You got so many different hits, bro. The hit is in the eye of the beholder.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about this later.
You got artists that are gold. You got artists that are gold, and you got artists that are gold that are millionaires. Mm-hmm. You want to tell me they don't have a hit?
Okay, so from a label standpoint, is it solely numbers?
From a label standpoint, I mean, listen. Let me ask you a question. I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm gonna use common sense for you. I'm not gonna get trapped in this question because this is a trap question.
No, I ain't trying to trap you.
Real talk.
Okay.
No. You're not trying to trap me. It's just a trap question in general. Mm-hmm. If you spend $1 and you make 10, did you win?
Absolutely.
If you spend $15 and you made 10, did you win?
No, you lost.
So it's all based on what you spent and what you get back. Okay. That determines if you got a hit.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. Now we talked about artists. I'm gonna go into producers now, just kind of, the state of the industry from a producer standpoint. What do you think about the new wave of producers, right? And how they're marketing their music. So what I mean by that is obviously you got BeatStars, now you have YouTube. Do you think producers who are kind of using those platforms to be heard, are they devaluing you know, the producers who are really trying to, you know, get a higher percentage or just who've already been producing for some time now, who has hits already? Is that devaluing how they're, you know, the value of producers?
What's a producer? What's a producer at this point?
Beat maker, if you want to call it.
There's so many teams. At this point, if you're making a living from it, you're doing something.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, it's so many levels to it, bro. It's been devalued. It's the new world we living in. Remember, what your grandma look like? I bet your grandma look like my grandma.
Absolutely.
Like Granny, right?
Mm-hmm.
The new grandmas look way different, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the world we living in now. They've redefined what everything is.
Okay.
That's what the new world is. It's like, what's a producer? Like, have you met a young Dr. Dre yet?
I've met some talented young producers.
No, think about this. Dr. Dre was a kid producing.
Mm-hmm.
Bar for bar, producing. Give it to me again. I haven't seen one of those.
Okay. That's fair.
Come on, like it's like, bro, it's like, bro, you got super producers that literally just make beats and they got the right intro on their shit and they got the right intro on their joint and they're a super producer now.
So do you think, but my point is the way that they're marketing themselves, there's so many outlets to get your beats heard. Is that devaluing?
That makes them listen. Hey, if she fine as hell, she's still a grandma. If she's not a grandma, you got a great job.
Okay.
She don't look like our grandma. She a grandma though.
Okay. So what does a successful producer look like right now? What is that based on?
I think it's defined by him.
Okay.
My goal when I came in the music industry was different than probably somebody else's goal. My goal was I wanted to make enough money so my mom don't have to work. That was my goal. And my niece didn't know what being poor was. I accomplished that.
Okay.
I've done that. So I gotta move the goalpost.
Okay.
That's where I'm at with it.
Got you.
You know what I'm trying to say? So I don't think we have another Dr. Dre, but Dr. Dre looked up to Quincy Jones. Like these other producers are looking at the producers that are not Dr. Dre. So they're looking at producers based on their tag in the beginning of the song and how much jewels they got on.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they want to be. Dr. Dre looked at the Quincy Jones based on on what he's done, not on how much he's made.
Mm-hmm.
It's the goalpost is different now. I just gotta respect it based on that. I can't even be the old guy in the room and say, hey man, hey, that's not a producer. Hey, it's working for him.
Right.
That was his goal.
Right.
That wasn't my goal, but what I did worked for me. I set my goal, I went for it.
Okay. That's fair. Now let's kind of move to from a songwriter standpoint, state of the industry, right? Because I feel like back in the day, 2000s, even before 2000s, songwriters were more behind the scenes type of role. You know, they went in, they did what they needed to do, deliver a hit, and they're good. I feel like the new wave of songwriters want to be more recognition, more in the forefront, you know, of getting that public recognition. What's your thoughts on that? Songwriters seeking public recognition, and then do you think that impacts the artist?
It depends on the artist and the songwriter. I mean, I think producers get too much credit over a songwriter anyway. I learned from L.A. Reid that nobody comes to hear a beat. Nobody goes to what's the last concert you went to?
Probably Meek Mill.
Did you see anybody singing to the beat?
Not singing to the beat, no.
Nobody sings to a beat.
Right.
They sing to the word. The words are more important than the beat.
Mm-hmm.
But the producer gets more money. Do you know why producers get paid over songwriters? Do you know why?
I want you to tell the people.
I think I told you this before, didn't I?
Yeah, I want you to tell the people.
Okay, so producers get paid over songwriters because back in the day, a song was written by a songwriter. So if you was a piano player you were considered a songwriter. So let's say you were the lyric guy and I was a piano player. We would write a song together. I would play the music. You would write the lyrics. We were considered the songwriters. We maintained 100% of the publishing. We would then hire a producer to produce the song. We would say, who do we think can produce this song for us? That guy, he's going to charge us or the label or the artist $50,000 and 3 points to produce the song. That guy didn't get publishing. He got $50,000 advanced to him against his royalties.
Okay.
Producers didn't get publishing. They just got royalties. So now that it's different, we need to rethink how it goes now. If songwriters should get points too, then if that's the case.
Right. I agree with you.
Songwriters to me are more important. Songwriters to me are more important, or songwriters are more important than the producer, because you can John Legend All of Me became a hit because a producer reproduced it for pop radio, and that version took off. Look at St. John, that record that he got out, that Roses record. It was reproduced and it became a bigger hit.
Okay.
The song stayed the same. The producer, you see what I'm trying to say? So I just look at it like you can never change. The song is what always matters. Don't pay the songwriter, bro. Pay him. You can't live without him.
Gotcha. No, I agree. I 100% agree. I guess a real quick question. Well, actually, you know what? I'll say that. So let's go. We're going to keep it pushing, keep the conversation going. We're going to kind of get into defining success and what that kind of looks like from every standpoint. So first question that I want to ask, and I'll ask you this personally, get your personal take. What does it mean to be successful in the music industry for you?
Hey, man, my mom was driving school buses for $2,000 a month. My mom ain't worked in 7 years. My mom don't work for nobody. She lives her life, does what she wants. That was success to me. Success to me is I wake up every day with an opportunity to feed my family doing something that I love to do. I'm here right now. That's success to me. Success is all about doing what you love and getting paid at it. So if you love what you're doing and you're getting paid at it, even if I made $1, I was happy because I love what I do.
Right.
So to me, I think many people are chasing defining success based on a benchmark, based on someone else that they haven't defined it as me. That's why nobody can ever beat me, because I never wanted what they had. All I wanted was what I wanted and make sure I took it home to my family. And that's all I ever did. When I made $1, I took it home. Most people made $1 and they took it to the club. I made $1, I took it home. That's all I wanted to ever do. That's what I did.
Right. Okay.
I bought my mom a car before I bought a Rolex. I made sure my mom lived in the house before bruh, none of the women in Magic City have ever gotten $1 from me before my mother got it. I'm proud of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I said that. I mean, it's no disrespect against them, but I'm just not that guy. Like, I'm the guy that makes money for my family. That's what makes me happy. Giving money to my family. That's what I do it for. I've seen so many videos of dudes throwing money up, and I'm like, I know they wish they can get that back right now. I know they do.
I can respect that. I respect that.
Bro, success is being a man in your.
Say that one more time. I think you kind of cut out. Say it one more time for the people.
Success is being a man to your family, to me.
Okay.
Success is being a hero to your family. Even if you're a woman, success is being a hero to the people you love. Okay. That's what success is to me. Being a hero to the people you love.
I like that. What advice, how do you set up, what would you say to somebody that actually, like, how do you set yourself up for success early on in the music industry? Like, what are some things they should be doing early on?
Pick up good habits. Most people lose because they got bad habits. Honestly, most people lose because they got bad habits.
Okay.
Pick up good habits. Pick up the right habits. I have the right habits. Like, I don't like, dog, you talk about what I do. I don't talk about you don't see me ever brag on what I do.
Right.
Because what I did doesn't matter. Only thing that matters is what I'm doing right now.
Okay.
What I did yesterday doesn't matter. It's gone. It's yesterday. I see so many people living in the moment of what they did. Man, I did this. I mean, who cares what you did, bro? What you did is irrelevant. Because what you did was good, tomorrow's gonna come back and pay you.
Okay.
Am I right or wrong?
No, you're right. And I want to add to that, like, what are some of those good habits? Like, what's some good practices?
Bruh, I'm even killed no matter if I'm up or if I'm down.
Mm-hmm.
I could be up 20 points. I could be down 20 points. I'm playing the game the same way.
Okay.
No matter what.
So to kind of
I could be.
Go ahead.
I could be up 20 points. I could be down 20 points. Because when you're up 20 points, you start the high side. You start to play a little different now. You want to reverse dunk now. You want to show them what you don't play like that. I play the game the same way, whether I'm up or I'm down. You don't see me no different. You don't see me celebrating my wins, and you don't see me mourning in my losses. I'm the same person on the court every day. That is who I am. And that is why and my celebration is on the weekend, knowing that I don't have to work on the weekends no more. That's my celebration. I could be normal on the weekends.
Okay.
I wake up and I do my job. That is my reward. Like I see so many people that's like, I was talking to these kids the other day and I was like, why do you go crazy when you win? That means you didn't expect to be there. I expect to be there. I put in the great work and I expect to get great results because I come to work and do what I'm supposed to do. That's what life is. Life doesn't reward you when you do right. Life punishes you when you do wrong. That's what life really is. Mm-hmm. Life rewards you when you take risk. That's when you get a real reward, when you take risk and you hit. I'm from a poor background. I came from nothing. How did I become so successful? Because I took risk. I had people laughing at me that told me I wasn't going to be nothing. Even the people in my family, even my own mother. But I understand why she did it. Because she didn't think she was going to be nothing. So what the hell she can expect her son to be? So I don't get mad at people that tell me that. I took the risk and I got rewarded for my risk I took. But now that I'm smart enough to know right from wrong, I just come with the same intent every day. So when I win, I'm the same. When I lose, I learn and I come back the same. Okay. Period.
So for some of the younger generation, I was going to say for the younger generation, as far as like seeing yourself or success, like just to dive into that, is that setting concrete goals, is that networking, is that building relationships? Like, what does that look like for them, especially for the people, like I said, at the ground level, who were once where you were at? You know, what does that look like? What are those steps?
I think it's know who you are. Be honest with yourself. Mm-hmm. And commit to that. I think most of the time we tend to romanticize what this thought of what we think we are, what we think we should be, or what we think the world should see. I was very honest with myself. Mm-hmm. I came in the room. I knew I couldn't rap. I knew I couldn't sing. Mm-hmm. I knew what I was good at, but I also knew I need the room to care about me because I didn't bring nothing to the room. I wasn't talented. Like everybody knows Michael Jackson, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody cares about Michael Jackson. So I needed Michael Jackson to care about me. That's how I looked at it, right? Me and you are plus ones. Mm-hmm. Like I made sure that the talent that I was there for, I made sure that they were always good first. Right? I took care of them first because nobody wants me in the room unless I'm coming in the room with something of value. And then when I made sure that after I made sure they was taken care of, then I made sure that you like me. Bro, right. I didn't know what you did for a long time, Whoop, but didn't I speak to you every time I saw you?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's who I am. I treat the CEO like I treat the fucking intern. I treat everybody the same, bro. Because in my mind, I don't know who's going to be what and who's what. I don't care. I'm the same guy whether I'm up. I'm the same guy whether I'm down. And I know so many people that can't wait to get up just to, excuse my French, shit on people that's down. Mm-hmm. Just people can't wait to get $1 just to laugh at the people that don't have. That's not me. Because I know God giveth and God taketh. So for me, it's like, I just wanted to be a good person, make sure every room I walked into, they knew that I was there and they knew that I was there to help whoever was in the room. And then I noticed that I got invited in every room. And I noticed that then people started like, yo, Ray, come to this room. Come to this room. And people like, yo, help me with this. Help me with that. Bro, I think I would have been successful at anything I did because I approached everything from a very humble and appreciative standpoint. Like I appreciate every dollar I got. I appreciate every chance I got. And I treated it like it was my last dollar, and I treated it like it was my last chance.
Okay. No, that's real. And he's for
I just
people
know
listening. Go ahead.
I just know so many people that can't wait to get in the game just because they can't wait to put people down. Mm-hmm. Like they can't wait to get in the game just so they can like look down. I just don't get it, bro. Like, bro, I just don't get it. Like that's not me. That's not me. I just don't want to be that guy. I want to be the guy that, bro, I'm lucky to be here. We're lucky to be here. We weren't born with God-given talent, or we weren't born with obvious talent, should I say?
Right.
Like we can't play the piano. You know, I'm not 6'8", 250 that could run the 4 flat. You know, like I don't have talent that makes somebody say invest in him. You know, like I don't have that. So I had to come into every room and earn my way to prove that I deserve to be in every room. And I'm glad that that was my thought process. That's why whatever room I went into, they wanted me to stay there. I'm just thankful for that. Like I remember coming up with people that just thought because they had talent, they deserved stuff. I just never understood it. The talent is a gift.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
The talent is a gift.
I agree. So
yeah,
just
you finish.
No. We good. I think that was some good stuff. I see people in the chat box definitely agreeing with what you're saying. And to kind of move it on, I know you touched on this earlier, but I definitely kind of want to go back into it. How does a label measure success after like signing an artist? Like, can you just name just a few key factors that determine it from a label standpoint? I know it's numbers, like you said.
Based on the numbers. Everything, it starts with a number and ends with a number.
Okay.
If you're gonna be, if they gave you $1 and they made 10, they cool with that. They gave you 100 and they made 1,000, they cool with that. If they gave you 100 and they only made 100, they might give you another shot. Okay. Based on projections. Like I said, this is a business where we invest in people.
Right.
It's like you're investing in somebody that could talk back and tell you, I'm not doing that today.
That's real. It's a numbers game. Right. No, I get it. So I guess the next question I would ask is like, what are significant milestones, right, that signifies a creator that they're on the right track to success? Like, as you was going through your journey, what was some things that, okay, I'm on the right trajectory? So what can you tell the people, like, just some significant milestones to kind of let them know, like, hey, I am on the right track. I just need to keep doing what I'm doing. What does that look like?
People know my name and my face. People know my name and my face. It was simple.
Okay.
I remember when I was coming up and I have no money. And I remember I'm in a room full of my peers. You know, we all broke. And I remember I was like, I just want them to know my name. And they was like, what? Why you care about that, man? Man, I want this bread. I'm like, nah. I want them to know my name and my face. If they know my name and my face, that means I'm doing something right. Okay. And if I'm doing something right, I mean, the money gonna come. I remember, I could tell you the first time KP ever called me. I could tell you the first time Shakir ever said my name. I could tell you the first time Greg Street ever said my name. I could tell you the first time L.A. Reid ever said my name. Because those moments let me know I'm doing it. They know my name now. You know what I used to do when I was coming up, bro? That's what I used to do when I was coming up. Swear to God. Because I knew people kill me. They think they're so significant, not realizing that you're on a journey at the bottom and the people on the journey at the top too, right? Everybody's on the journey. You know how many people come to me saying, I'm such and such with such and such entertainment, and I got an artist named such and such. You just gave me 3 things you want me to remember, right? I'm not going to remember nothing. You just said, I'm Ray Daniels from Radar Entertainment, and my artist, Rock City, is coming for the top, and they got a song named Losing It, and we're coming. And it's like, bro, what's your name again? Mm-hmm. Right? I just thought like that. I'm like, why would they remember me? So I would walk up to people, and I would say to them, yo, I just want you to remember my face. because you're going to see me again. I would just walk up to people I looked up to. Yo, what's up, man? I never even said my name. Yo, what's up, bro? I just want you to remember my face because you're going to see me again. And I remember I was saying that to Jeff, Shaka, Devon Stevens. These are all my family now. Yo, remember my face because you're going to see me again. Remember my face. You're going to see me again. And they would be like, all right, that was so easy. Just remember my face. Because after a while, how many people do you know right now that you speak to that you don't really know their name?
Plenty. Every day. It's an everyday thing.
All the time. Right. I
Right.
speak to people that I only know them from their Instagram name. I only know their Instagram name. I'm just because I know their face, and that's my point. So my thing is that don't get so in love with who you are that you're like, I'm such and such from such and such that does such and such. And I told him my name. He don't remember your name. Bro, I got girls I messed with. I don't even remember their name. These are women I dealt with, bro. I don't even remember their name. I swear to God, I'm like, damn, what's her name again? I don't even remember. You think I'm gonna remember your name?
Right.
I got cousins. I don't remember their name. Bro, I just spent money at the jewelry store just now. I don't remember their name. I don't have time. I got too much stuff going on in my life to stop and download a name. I got to see you 3 or 4 times before I really remember your name. And you're going to walk up to me and tell me your name and your artist and everything. I'm just going to remember that. Don't think that highly of yourself. Hey, man, remember my face because you're going to see me again.
Okay.
Simple. And then all of a sudden, I will walk in rooms and then people will be like, oh, what's up? I don't know. And then, it's cool. How many times somebody can walk up to you and be like, what's my name? Man, shut up, man. I don't know. What's up, though?
Right.
Bro, that's how I know Keys. I would just see Keys in the room with Polo all the time. And I seen him like 10 times. And I'm like, Keys. That's his name. Keys. Bro, that's how I know him. I seen him in the room with Polo. I remember the first time Polo said my name. What's up, Ray? Damn, that nigga Polo know my name. I didn't even know. Because I just don't remember. It's like you just don't expect nobody to remember your name. Bro, like, I don't be that in love with myself. I know so many people that just are so in love with themselves, they just expect the world to love them back. See, that's the one thing I'm glad about my life that I grew up. I didn't really grow up with love in the house. So I didn't expect love when I walked out the house. I didn't walk out the house like, hey, look who's here, everybody. Where's the love? I didn't expect that. I didn't have love in the house. So when I finally grew up, I wasn't expecting that. So when I walked in the room, I just was happy that somebody even said what's up to me. That was enough for me.
Okay. So
if I say your name, that's love.
So for the people watching,
if anybody listening, if I ever walk up to you and say your name, that's love. If I know your name, that's love. That means I have taken the time to remember your name and the Rolodex in my brain. That is love. I have people in my house. My cousin has a girlfriend. My best friend is getting married. They've been together 10 years. I'm paying for the entertainment. I did not know his girl's name until like a month and a half ago. She's been in my house 50 times. I just called it his girl. I just don't. It's in my mind like, hey, it's the weekend. I ain't trying to learn no names on the weekend. I'm at the house.
Right. So I
just
think
don't want. It's it works.
So
I know your name, Whoop.
I appreciate it. I think for the people who are watching this, basically consistency, right? Just continue to if it's from producer, whether it's getting placements, just continue to work yourself into those rooms to where people like Ray as such can remember your name, and that kind of signifies that you're on the right track. Or just the relationships, or you're moving to different circles within the music industry that says, you're on the right path to success. So just to kind of keep the conversation moving along, well, obviously, so Song Trust, we are a publishing hub. We are partnered with, Downtown Music Publishing. So I kind of want to get into more of the publishing talk. And this is for a general basis. So what would you say is a good time to discuss publishing deals from a creative standpoint? And also, just the second part to that. Go ahead. Tackle the first question. What's a good time to discuss it?
That's like asking somebody when's a good time to get married. Some people get married at 18 and they die at 80 with the same person. Some people get married at 75. It just depends on what works for you. It depends on what you think you need. You know, it just depends on where you are in life. For me, I just think, I wouldn't say wait. I mean, sometimes you can get in a deal. I've had people that got in deals late, get a lot of money and still locked in those deals. I've had people get in early, get a little bit of money, get out of those deals. I mean, it's all about you.
The creative, just the person and what works best for you.
All about you. This goes back to what I say. Whether I'm in a pub deal or I'm not, I'm working the same. Whether I got $1 in my pocket or $1 million, I'm working the same. I don't care where I'm at in life. I'm the same Ray every day. I don't change that. I don't forget that. So when I see people who are out here who are trying to figure it out and, like they're making moves strategically and all these other things, bruh, it doesn't matter.
Right.
It doesn't matter where you are. Make decisions. The publishing decision should be based on financially where you are.
Okay.
If you don't need the money, don't do it. If you don't need the help, don't do it.
Right.
I see somebody say it's rude that I'm eating. I could have left y'all waiting then.
Yeah, no, we talked about it. We good.
But that's if a person thinks rude. See, I want to address that type of stuff.
Hold on. We're gonna get
those are the type of people who. I say those people are the people who don't make it.
I got you.
Those are the people that don't make it.
I want to stay on the publishing real quick because I'm kind of big. I'm very big on ownership, and I know, just from our team, the hard work they put in and make beats, blood and sweat and tears, so to speak, right? What's your take just on admin versus co-pub? Like, are you an ownership type person? Like, I know you said it's kind of based on the creative, but what's your take on it?
My first deal that we did was we did co-pub. I didn't even know about ownership or nothing like that, but we wound up getting our reversions back on our biggest deal that we did, and it worked for us. Okay. It all depends. Dog, every check I ever got, it was in my mind, it was the last check I ever got. When we did our pub deal, I thought I was literally robbing the bank. I could not believe somebody was giving us this much money to do music. And I was like, this is the last time I'm ever gonna get this much money again in my life. And that's how I live my life. And then a couple years later, we was recouped. Then it was like, more money coming. I'm like, from what? Oh, y'all recouped? How? I didn't think I was going to ever make that money back. Right. So, I look at it like, it depends on where you are. It depends on how much skin you got in the game. The next deal that, it just depends, man. Because I've done co-pubs. I've done admin. I've done all types of pub deals. I've done 100 pub deals in my life, whether I was the publisher or I was the manager or whatever it was. I've done all types of deals. It just depends on you. If you want help, get a co-pub. But get you a co-pub. Get you somebody that's going to help you.
Right.
And you know what I mean by that.
Yeah, I got you. And I think you said something really important because, like I said, we are a publishing platform. So how long did it take you to just understand publishing and what that means? Because I look at publishing like real estate. This is something you'll be able to feed your kids off of. So how long did it take you to kind of wrap your head around what that really means?
I had my first real mentor I had in the game was a guy named Kevin Hall, and he taught me.
Okay.
He sat me down and he said, he really just sat me down and just schooled me on publishing and how I was running it wrong and how I was doing it wrong, and taught me about the game and everything else coming along with it. So he really taught me what publishing was. And then I started learning more and more and more and more about it as I got older. And, you learn more and more. And I'm in the middle of some pub deals now where I'm still learning, like, what?
Right.
It's a never ending learning story for me at this point.
If you can get a people three things, if you can get a people 3 gems about publishing and just what to look out for, what would you say to that, just as it relates to publishing?
Man, that's a good one. Okay.
Because these are people, I look at it as people's lives.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's that's what I'm saying. It's so hard. Sign with someone who's going to be there. Signing a pub deal is like getting married. That's the best way to describe it. It's like getting married. sign with someone that's going to be there through thick and thin, and who's showing you're going to be there. Call 5 people, watch 5 people who are with them. Just watch people that's with them. You want to know who somebody is, watch the people that's with them that got money and that don't have money. Mm-hmm. Are the people that's broke still happy? I mean, that person is treating them who they treat them. Like, a lot of the times, people, man, publishing is like robbery in a lot of ways. You know how this goes. Like, people come in the room, let me get that pub, here go a check, and they disappear.
Right.
Like when I do publishing deals, like I place people with people that I think fits them. Like, I'm like, this guy's going to need a little bit of love. Let me place him over here. Or this person is kind of self-sufficient. They're going to hustle. Let me go place them over here, but I'm going to get them a bigger bag because they don't really need the help. They just need the money. It's just kind of like that. Like, I just give people the way I think. It just depends on them. But like, I'm one of the people I'm going to do what's best for the artist. The creative, because I want to make sure that I don't have a bad reputation with them and they're not out there saying bad stuff about me.
Right.
I don't want to have a bad reputation. I don't want saying like, oh, Ray, he robbed me. No, not me. I'm gonna put you in a scenario that works for you. And I understand. I don't even look at it from a pub standpoint. How much I look from a work standpoint. Are you needy? Are you a producer and you really need to be with a writer? Then, hey, I might want to put you with for example, if I had a crazy urban writer, I might say, let's do something with Keys. Why? Because Keys is a heavy producer that's going to get you the top line guy. It just depends. I'm always going to do what's best for the creative. Find somebody that's going to do what's best for you. Do your homework on them, though. That would be the first thing I would say. Second thing I say is, keep it short term, short as possible.
Okay.
And the last thing is get you a lawyer that knows what they're doing. All lawyers are not created equal.
That's important.
Because I just know. I'm not a lawyer, but I feel like I'm smarter than 50% of them out there. I've gotten on the phone with some lawyers and I'm like, dog, he was happy as hell to just feel like he was happy to be just doing a deal right now. Like He was chuckling, like as I was telling him about the business, like, oh, I'm excited. Like all lawyers ain't created equal, so get you somebody that's in the game. I got skin in the game. Okay.
I think that's some good advice. I'll kind of touch on Song Trust towards the end, what we do to kind of give you guys just a different outlook on, co-pub admin and kind of what we bring to the table. We only got a few minutes left, so I'm going to hop right into some Q&As. This is a good question for you, Ray. Someone as an SVP as yourself, how does an artist's name make it to your desk?
They out there putting in the work. They put in the work. That's literally how they get in my desk. Like they putting in work, and the people are talking about them, and the streets are talking, and the internet is talking. Simple as that.
Okay, I think that's a good question. Someone also asked, from an A&R standpoint for you, what does your day-to-day look like?
I come to my office every day. I look at the assignments sent to me, because we have like a research team that sends us things. I don't really check out stuff solicited to me. Like, it's so crazy because if you want to get to me, the best way to get to me to hear music is to hit people around me. Like if somebody on my team came to me and said, Ray, this is dope, I'm more keen to check that out than somebody in my DM saying I'm dope. So for me, it's just more or less. But I'm always trying to just figure out how to elevate the people around me. Like I'm big on that. So I feel like I'm like a professor / employee. Like when I'm in my office, I'm like literally teaching everyone around me how to be better at what they do so we can as a team be better at what we do. I'm big on that. So that's my everyday. My everyday is coming into the office, working every day and teaching the people around me how we can be better as a team and trying to elevate my culture, elevate my race, elevate everybody around me. Honestly, that's really what I do every day.
Okay. Someone else asked, let's see, how do you suggest they approach someone or get in the room to at least observe? I'm assuming they're trying to get in a bigger room. So how do they approach that situation?
Don't approach the big man. Approach the people around the big man. That's how I got in the room. I always got to somebody that was with somebody that was with somebody. And that's how I was able to get in the room. Like, simple as that. Like, I made friends with everybody around. That's why I got so many good relationships. Like, some people are so, like I said, don't be so driven to get to the top that you skip a stair or two. Like, what happens if you come right to me and I'm like, yeah, you're amazing. My team ain't gonna like you because they're gonna be like, who the hell is he?
Right.
Or she? Why does he think he like? Make friends. This is like a campaign, like politics. Like, be cool with people around you. Like, make friends. Simple.
Absolutely. This is an A&R question. Someone asked, what can you do to gain hands-on experience before joining the label or music company from an A&R standpoint? What can they do to gain hands-on experience?
Find an artist that you believe in and help them. That's what I would do. I mean, listen, man, stop asking for permission. Just do it. If there's an artist that's out there that's dope, signed or not signed, manager or no manager, just hit them and be like, yo, man, I want to be an A&R. Can I help you put your project together? I don't want anything in return. Well, artists are going to say no to that. I'm going to find you beats. I'm going to help you book studio time. I'm do what A&Rs do. What happens if the artist becomes a superstar? Like, dog, like you don't have to ask for permission or wait for permission. Dog, am I getting paid to be here right now?
Nope.
I'm doing this for free. I do everything I do like there's no money involved. That's why I'm good at my job. Because I would do it for free. So if money is at the end of everything you're trying to do, you're going to lose in the end. Because you're focusing on the wrong thing. There's no gold at the end of the rainbow for this. The work has to be what you love. The work is the gold.
That's good stuff.
Whatever comes with it is just bonus. Period.
That's good stuff. This is a good question for you. What's the biggest mistake that you've made in the music industry?
I made a couple. I made a lot of mistakes. When I came in early, I was super aggressive, and I didn't let stuff come to me. I wanted it so bad that I might have turned people off, but I'm okay with that though, because I learned a lot from it. Like, I was just one of those guys that just wanted it, and I would like I said, I would show up in your face and say, "This, remember my face. I don't care. Here I am." So I think that was probably the only thing I did.
Okay. Hey, listen, this is good stuff. Let's see. Last question, and we're gonna kind of wrap it up. How important are mentors just to an artist, to a producer? I'll just say from every creative standpoint. How important are mentors to a person's career?
Mentors are everything, but you don't need to know your mentor. Like I look at David Geffen as my mentor, and I never met the man in my life, but I'll watch his documentary. I'll look at his interviews. Like, dog, with today's world work, if you want to know about Jimmy Iovine, look up Jimmy Iovine interviews. If you want to know about me, look up Ray Daniels. Like, dog, there's people. That's what goes back to what I said about the person worried about me eating. It's like, if you want to know who I am, I'm mentoring right now. I'm mentoring a massive amount of people, but the information, I'm giving you the information. If you're gonna focus on the information, or you're gonna focus on the damn Drakes behind me. But if you're gonna focus on the Drakes behind me or everything else going on, then you're not here to win. You're here to be an asshole. I'm here to win. Dog, I don't look at David Geffen's documentary and try to look at the differences I have with him. I try to look at the greatness in him. That's what makes me great. Let me tell you something, bro. I used to hate Kobe Bryant, right? Right? And this is my mentor told me. No, real talk. I hated Kobe Bryant. This is like 2010. And my mentor told me, he was a Kobe stan. And he said, "Why do you hate Kobe?" And I was like, he's just arrogant. He was like, "Let me ask you a question. Do you wake up every day of your life and give it your best?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Do you feel like you work harder than everybody that's like you?" I said, "Hell yeah." Do you expect to win every day of your life? Yes. Then you're Kobe Bryant. He's only arrogant because he works harder than anybody like him. He's only arrogant because he feels like nobody wants it as bad as him. At that moment, I start loving Kobe. Like, damn, that's real. Bruh, I'm not here for nothing but to win. If we start talking about relationships, I'm gonna be like, all right, man, I'm gonna holler at you, man. I got stuff to do. If you want to talk about greatness, I'm right there. Absolutely. If you want to talk about how we can do something amazing, I'm right there. If you want to start talking about like something that ain't gonna help us, I'm gonna be like, I'm out. Because I'm only here to win. And if I'm not gonna be talking about winning, then I'd rather be spending time with my team or my family or focusing on my business. That's all I'm here for. Simple as that.